I think of Philip. You know, early on in the development of the Jesus movement, you know, a problem developed because there were some poor, needy, marginalized, disadvantaged people in the community whose needs were being overlooked. And when that came to leaders' attention, they devised a strategy and they came up with the first deacons. And kind of the role of the deacon was to make sure that the poor and the needy and the marginalized and disadvantaged, you know, had their basic life needs attended to. That was their job. And one of those early people, his name was Philip. Now you think, man, no, that church leader, I've got this ministry, I'm a deacon, I'm taking care of poor people. What an awesome thing. But apparently Philip did not think that there was a glass ceiling and that was the limit of all he could do or be. Because what we find as the book of Acts unfolds, and we get into like chapter 8, we find that on one occasion, Philip decides, you know what? I think I'm going to be a missionary. I think I'm going to be a missionary. Now that's how we'd say it. He didn't have that terminology. He just said, I'm living my life on mission. Hey, I can live my life on mission over there. I think I will. See, today we call that a missionary. That's just an on-mission Christian deciding he'll be on mission somewhere else. And he went down to Samaria, and there was a lot of cultural and religious tensions with the whole Samaritan region. But he went down there, and he began teaching, and he began preaching, he began dialoguing with people, and people were coming to faith, and he was doing mission work, and the church leaders looked at it, and they just celebrated and supported what he was doing. Because they didn't think there needed to be a ceiling. Say, oh, I want to be a missionary. Cool, what can we do to help? What vision has God grown in your heart? Because whatever it is, that's what we want to support. We have right now in the orbit of our church several people. It's so cool the way this has worked. In the last number of months, God has been stirring up inside of them, and a picture's beginning to emerge of what God might want to do. And we began working with this people kind of one-on-one in how is it that we can help you pioneer into a new field. And the vision God put in your heart could be put to pass because we're supporting it. And it is my commitment to you on behalf of the leaders of the Prairie Chapel to support you in your vision. And how all this will work, I have a lot more questions and answers too. Here's what I know. This is what we must be. We must be a church that is calling and helping people enter into a lifestyle of serving and putting on the path of their ultimate God-given destiny. And we must be a church that knows how to nurture and help bring to pass the visions and dreams that God puts in the heart of his people. Here's for today, final ripple that I want to talk about. And that is we can change the primary Sunday morning speaker. I think this is critical. I'm going to confess something to you right now, and I mean this with the whole of my being. I am not capable of delivering the powerful message necessary to attract and engage and persuade people. I am not creative enough, I'm not smart enough, I am not gifted enough to be able to be the primary one who communicates that on Sunday mornings, week in and week out, and we must change the primary communicator on Sunday morning if we want to be everything God wants us to be. And it just so happens I know exactly who that communicator ought to be. You.